This is the Participatory Vendor Selection Project for Health Information Systems class, Georgetown, summer 2009. In a large organization, group decision-making can be difficult. Everyone will have different ideas and concerns. This presentation demonstrates ways to bring a group of decision-makers to a consensus regarding selecting a vendor for information systems. Because of the long-term nature of the vendor relationship, selection for the right fit is critical. Vendor selection occurs through a 7-step process. First, relevant stockholders are invited to participate. Second, each stockholder is interviewed and a model of their preferences constructed. Third, the group is invited to meet and revise a consensus model developed from the individual interviews. In step 4, the group proposes a scoring procedure to go hand in hand with the revised consensus model. In step 5, the group discusses their major differences and clarifies their assumptions and revises the scoring procedure. In step 6, the group measures the vendor's performance on various criteria and uses the consensus model to arrive at one overall score for the vendor. In step 7, the facilitator documents the group's consensus model and the scores that various vendors have received and distributes the results throughout the organization. In healthcare organizations, there are many decision makers. Here we will examine 2. This chart represents the preferences of Expert 1, the Chief Information Officer of a large suburban hospital. After a one-on-one interview with the CIO, the analyst found that compatibility with other systems was the most prominent attribute, with a weight of 0.6. Cost and ease of use were less important, each category being represented by weights of 0.2. This next chart demonstrates the preferences of the second expert, the Chief Financial Officer of a large suburban medical center. After one-on-one interviews, the analyst learned that cost is the highest preference for the CFO, with an attribute weight of 0.5. Ease of use followed with a weight of 0.3, and compatibility was ranked last at 0.2. After collecting information from the group meeting and discussion, the chart in this slide was created, highlighting the consensus between the 2 experts in determining preference. Here we can see the hypothetical vendors that met the components of the experts' preferences. In this table, the experts provided the weights to each preference. The experts decided compatibility was the most important, with a weight of 0.4. The attribute cost, weighed in at 0.35, and ease of use was given a 0.25 weight. The calculations in this slide were used to select the optimal vendor. The overall value of each vendor can be found by calculating the weighted sum of each of the ratings. As an example, take vendor B, where the rating for compatibility, 100, is multiplied by its weight, 0.4, which is then added to the products of cost, rating and weight, and ease of use, rating and weight. The calculation for vendor B with a value of 77 is superior to the 67.5 value for vendor A. Hence, the analyst will recommend choosing vendor B in this scenario. Vendor selection is a time-intensive process that can prove frustrating. After many product demonstrations, reference checks, and site visits, the organization may be left more confused than ever before. But this presentation has provided a group process to help the organization reach a consensus. It is designed to engage a large number of managers as well as clinicians, whereby information collected at different stages from different people are put to appropriate use. It is also organized to increase internal communication, assisting the vendor selection decision. We see that there is value in quantification as the numbers help keep track of the importance of different issues. Quantification allows for independent preferences to be numerically expressed, which can then be used to objectively aid decision-making. Also, conducting interviews before the general meeting enables experts to give their opinions without external influences, and interviews enhance the personal, engaging elements of the process. The take-home message here is that participatory vendor selection is an invaluable tool through which an organization can achieve consensus and make important decisions around investment in information technology.